Hey guys, Joe here of Sports Grid, and it's time for Puckett with Joe. Want to welcome everyone to the show over here on IG Live as well as Twitter X. We've got 5 games to go over today, and I really hope you guys were riding with me yesterday. I know we had a lot going on in the NFL yesterday, but we made some money on the ice. That puck line covered for us with the Ottawa Senators at home in that game, and there's plenty of opportunities for us to make some more money out there on the ice today. And like I said, 5 games kicking off, and these 5 games, you guys, all kick off at the same time, 7 o'clock Eastern. These games are getting underway, so plenty of opportunities to make some money here. There is one of the goalies, and I've told you I don't love taking goalie props right out of the gate. One goalie had a baby yesterday. This normally equals these goalies coming out and playing their hearts out. That team also off a loss in their first game out at home versus a team that should be able to get enough shots on goal and a defense that is allowing those shots on goal. Well, if anyone guessed which game I'm talking about, it is the Calgary Flames taking on the Washington Capitals with Darcy Kemper's wife having the baby yesterday. I think this is straight fire here, you guys, for us to look at Darcy Kemper for over on his save shots on goal. This one coming in at 29.5. Looking at the Washington Capitals, they are off that loss to the Pittsburgh Penguins in a game they got completely held off the board. Not something that the Washington Capitals would have expected or Ovechkin would have expected. And they allowed all of those shots to rain in on Darcy Kemper. There was in that game 35 shots that they allowed on him. So I expect in this one for Darcy Kemper to stand tall in goal over 29.5 save shots at -108. Now, the Calgary Flames are averaging right around 29 shots on goal. Both of these teams coming off losses to the Pittsburgh Penguins, where Calgary fell on their face. And I was so unimpressed with what we saw out of this team. So I'm excited for this one, you guys. We'll get to what I'm betting in this. Well, let's just go over what I'm betting. I'm fighting with a side in this one because I do think the factor here with Darcy Kemper is huge to take into account. I think we have to really weigh into that one in this bet. And I also look here, Markstrom still not confirmed in goal for the Calgary Flames. This team is getting the goals on the board. Their shots are hitting right around that 29 point. I do think more shots will come in this one. Like I said, the Washington Capitals allowing more. My problem is how Calgary has played versus the Washington Capitals 2-6 in the last 8 meetings. That doesn't instill a lot of faith for me. Want to lay juice here with the Calgary Flames. So I'm not taking a side. And I look at the Washington Capitals and push came to shove, it would be them. Small home dog in this one to be able to get the win at home. Looking at them, Ovechkin, we know he's chasing Wayne Gretzky records. Will he make it this year? No, but I do think he makes that 850 mark, maybe the 860 mark, hitting almost at 900 is going to be a hard one for him to do. He was held off the board in the last game. Look for Ovechkin to come out strong. Him for the anytime goal is coming in at plus 120. And then Carlson here also on the top power play with Ovechkin. I'm going to look at his shots on goal. Calgary is giving up those shots on their goaltender here, allowing an average of 33 shots on goal per game. Carlson, 3+ shots on goal is -132. So juiced out there, but I do think he has every ability. You could bump him up to 4+ shots on goal. You're going to get plus money at that rate, but I do like it at -132 for 3+. On the other side of the puck, you got to look at Jonathan Huberdeau here. This is crazy. And I don't know why. Look at your books. Jonathan Huberdeau on FanDuel right now, 3+ shots on goal. It's coming in at plus 168. I don't understand why they're giving us so much value on Huberdeau. We know in the last game versus the Pittsburgh Penguins, which Calgary lost, he had 5 shots on goal. Yes, in the first game versus the Jets, he was held off the board, but come on. Huberdeau's going to come out here strong, and the Washington Capitals are getting these shots or allowing these shots to come, like I said, on their goaltender. So there's no reason for me to believe Huberdeau will not be able to get these shots. You could look at him for the anytime goal as well. I definitely could see that one coming in. I do think the Flames are a better team on paper. We look at them, they are doing better all over. They're stronger on the power play, they're stronger on the kill right now, but Washington only had one game under their belt. So that said, you guys, looking at how Calgary plays Washington, that trend will not allow me to bet Calgary laying juice. And it also, with Kemper having his baby, I tell you, there's something about a team in that situation. The trend is these teams trend to that over, but I think Kemper's in for a big night. So I could see this one staying under the total. And if Markstrom is in goal, we really have seen him be able to step up. So you guys, let's get to the next game. We're going to make some money tonight. I can feel it. I got a good feeling tonight. We've also got NFL tonight. We've got baseball, so much going on. The Detroit Red Wings. Let's look for current odds for this. Detroit Red Wings coming in at minus 134, plus 112 for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Total 6.5. Juice so highly to that over at minus 144. This game should go over that number of 6.5. 4-3 style game or a 5-3 style game if we get the empty netter. The Columbus Blue Jackets, if you like them to keep it tight, you're so juiced on that puck line, plus 1.5 up minus 205. So not somewhere you'd want to go. But if you do think the Red Wings, with how talented we've seen them in their first 2 games out, can cover that puck line, they're coming in at plus 168, laying the 1.5. When I look at this Red Wings team, while I do want to take them here on that puck line, have a little bit of faith, I feel like I'm getting greedy if I'm going to do that, because we look at Columbus, how strong they looked in their second game versus the New York Rangers. It was mind-blowing what they're able to do. The Rangers should have been able to get the win in that one, but Columbus said not today, and Bon Jenner coming out with the hat trick was absolutely phenomenal to see. I love when you see these players get those hat tricks out there on the ice and play such solid hockey, you guys. So it was great. I almost said ball. I'm so used to talking football at this time of the year, with hockey just kicking off. But I think the Red Wings, really nice way to look here. This team is playing so tough right now, hard hitting, a physical team, and they've got the speed out there. Now, James Reimer is in goal for them, and Spencer Martin coming out here for the Columbus Blue Jackets. I have more faith in Spencer Martin than their starting quarterback, Elvis, which I know a lot of people won't agree with. He has come out strong to start the year. He just doesn't instill that faith in me, because we know how Elvis has looked season in and season out. He's really let teams down. When I look at the difference really here between these teams, the defense here, the Red Wings, I have the faith in them. They're holding opponents to an average of 26 shots on goal per game. We look at the Columbus Blue Jackets, they're allowing their goaltenders to get absolutely peppered out there, allowing 39.5 shots on goal. So I can't trust in this defense, especially against the Red Wings, who are going to come out really strong in this game. And while they did get the win over the Rangers, I'm just not buying it here. I think this Detroit Red Wings team is phenomenally strong, averaging 4.5 goals on the season in these early 2 first games and 38.5 shots on goal. So with them averaging that, I think this team will put up to close to 45 shots in this game. So if you're looking to say prop on any goalie in this one, Spencer Martin will have to stand on his head. And when you look at this, even if he gives up 5 goals, he's still going to go over his numbers on the book. So I'm excited for this game. The Red Wings are able to connect, and they are playing phenomenal hockey. They beat the Lightning 6-4 in that last game, and they took the loss to the Devils, but that was a 4-3 loss. Tight game. Dylan Larkin already has 2 assists for this team, and Alex DeBrincat has 3 goals and 1 assist. Von Jenner, like I said, 3 goals, 1 assist, hat trick with the Rangers. He had 4 shots on goal. So definitely someone you want to look at. The road team has had the advantage, winning all 4 of these last meetings between these teams. So you guys, it's going to be a great one. I can hardly wait for this game to kick off. Next game on deck, we have the Florida Panthers taking on the New Jersey Devils. Now the Panthers, plus 150. You guys, we're getting such a barking dog here with the Florida Panthers. New Jersey Devils, minus 182. Total 6.5. Juice to that over at minus 138. Okay, Florida, you could take them on the puck line, plus 1.5 at minus 152. I don't like all that juice. I do think this is a game where The Florida Panthers can absolutely get the win. We've got Bobrovsky in goal for the Florida Panthers, Vanacek here for the New Jersey Devils. What we've seen out of this Devils team, they lost in a shootout to the Arizona Coyotes. And yes, the Arizona Coyotes were prepared. This is when we see these upsets in certain situations where teams overlook other teams. The Coyotes, I think, are going to be one of these improved teams on the season. So I'm not weighing that too much into account, but I do think the Panthers, who were on fire to finish the last season, we saw what they were able to do in the playoffs. And yes, Montour and Ekblad are out, but I think this team, after losing their first two, will come out on absolute fire here tonight and be able to get the win before going home. So, with the value on the Florida Panthers, I'm taking them here on that money line at plus 150. They're dangerous off this many losses. So I think they're going to be able to do it. They're also holding opponents to only 28 shots on goal per game. The New Jersey Devils are allowing 34, and both teams are getting those shots on goal. The Florida Panthers averaging 37 shots on goal in their first two games, and the New Jersey Devils averaging 31.5. The Panthers on the money line. I'm going to go there. This game, though, screams the ability to go to overtime. Plus 390 for this one to go to overtime. Little bit of a sprinkle. I really could see it happening unless we get that empty netter at the end of this game. I think this one has the ability, and you guys know as we get deeper into the season, I love to bet these games to go to overtime. The Florida Panthers also have dominated in New Jersey, winning 4 of the last 5 meetings in New Jersey and 4 of the last 5 meetings overall. Both teams to score in the first period is coming in at plus 146 as well. I think this is a tight fought offensive battle here. Yes, I know both of these teams do have great goaltenders in net. So this is going to be a hard one here. For that total, I'm going to stay off that total. But I do have 3 players. And we start to look at the player props this season. And I tell you, those shots on goal props are so highly juiced. So I took 3 players here that I think all will get 3+ shots on goal to combine it for plus 167 return over on FanDuel. Jack Hughes, 3+ shots on goal for the Devils. Matthew Tkachuk here, 3+ shots on goal for the Florida Panthers, and Tyler Toffoli, 3+ shots on goal for the New Jersey Devils. So betting all of those guys separately, you're laying the juice. And I don't like to put a lot of juicy legs within a parlay, but the problem is you can't even bet those shots on goal props without laying that much juice. So betting all 3 of them together again, plus 167 earlier odds this morning on those 3 guys. And I think we definitely should come out in the money with that. Like I said, both of these teams are getting these shots on the goaltending. So I really do think it's a nice way to go. Let's look at the next game here, you guys. The Arizona Coyotes, I just talked about them taking on the New York Rangers. So the Rangers off a loss that they didn't expect to have. They're coming in at minus 235. Arizona Coyotes at plus 190, and that total of 6.5. Now that is juiced to the under at minus 118 to the under. The Rangers sitting 1-1 on the season. This is their first home game of the season in the Garden. How can we go against the New York Rangers in this one? The Arizona Coyotes, while they won that first game and pulled off the upset versus the Devils in the shootout, 4-3, I'm just not buying into them getting the win in the Garden on opening night for the Rangers. I think this is a game where the Rangers come out and get payback off that last game that they lost versus the Columbus Blue Jackets. I think they come out firing out here. I would look at them to go over their team total. Now, Connor Ingram in goal for the Arizona Coyotes, not a goalie that we instill a lot of faith in. And these shots are going to be coming. The Rangers averaging 36.5 shots on goal. And we have an Arizona Coyotes team that is allowing 36 shots on goal per game. So these shots are coming and they're going to sink. We got Chris Kreider, Panarin. We've got so much talent over on this Rangers team who is off an embarrassing loss to the Columbus Blue Jackets. I think this is one where they come out firing. Now, on the other side, like I said, I think the Arizona Coyotes are going to be an improved team this season, one that we're going to be able to make a lot of money as the public and the bookmaker, well, not the bookmaker so much, but knowing the public will look at teams that are better than them. And everyone remember the Coyotes team last year. So they will be a team we can make money on. Tomorrow night, though, we're not making money on them. Look ahead. The Arizona Coyotes play their first leg of a back-to-back. Tomorrow they play the Islanders. Get the Islanders now because we are going to be in a situation where the Islanders are at home tomorrow. So I look at this one. We'll see the Rangers come out strong. I like all of their players. Look at those player props, the shots on goal and everything, but they're juiced, you guys. So building those kind of parlays with 3+ shots on goal is a nice way to go. Looking at the Arizona Coyotes, if you're looking for someone to be able to put some shots on goal, maybe get the goal. Clayton Keller, the right winger there for the Coyotes, so strong. And Logan Cooley, he's actually been phenomenal as well. 2 points. 2 points in each game. So 4 points overall, 2 goals in one game, 2 assists in the other. So I do expect him to come out nice and tough versus the Rangers tonight. We got to talk about the Chicago Blackhawks Chicago takes on Toronto. Now, Chicago, huge dog here, plus 270, minus 345 now for the Toronto Maple Leafs, minus 1.5 on that puck line, minus 142. I will not touch a puck line at minus 1.5 at minus 142. There's just not enough juice for this team to win by 2 goals. And should they? Absolutely. Total 6.5, minus 134 to the over. I think this is a great one to prop bet here. Now, the Chicago Blackhawks are not getting a lot of shots on goal. They're only averaging 29 shots on goal per game. So if you're looking to prop bet the Chicago Blackhawks, look at the goals, look at the points, look at the assists. We all know everyone loves Connor Bedard for his props out there. Looking at Connor Bedard for the point, juicy at minus 142, maybe a parlay piece. We know the Toronto Maple Leafs defense has been letting them down, but in the way where teams are getting these goals on them. They're averaging an allowed 4.5 goals per game, but their defense is holding opponents to under 30 shots on goal, sitting right there at 28. So this isn't an issue with the defense. Maybe they could get a couple more block shots out there, but the goaltending is letting them down. And Joseph Woll in goal today, who has flipped back and forth from the NHL and the AHL. I don't have a lot of faith in him. So I think Connor Bedard for the point is a nice way to look in this one. My problem here for the Chicago Blackhawks, Sonnenblom expected in goal. The Blackhawks defense is non-existent in front of the net. They are allowing, again, all of these shots to come. And we know the talent of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Offensively, they are going to be able to score these goals in this one. Already on the season, sitting 2-0 on the season, they have an average of 6 goals per game and 37.5 shots on goal, which is third in the league. This team is going to come out firing away in this game. This is what I think is going to happen in this game. We're going to have a very fast first period. First period over 1.5. You know I don't love laying that juice at minus 152. Both teams to score in that first period coming in at plus 158, you guys. Absolutely love that. I think we get a quick goal out of Chicago. I think we get 2 quick goals out of Toronto. That gives us a 2-1 lead going into the second period for the Toronto Maple Leafs. So I have no problem taking the Leafs in the first period as well. On the puck line, laying half a goal at minus 108. That is my favorite 3 bets of this game. Over 1.5 in the first period, just don't like the juice. Both teams to score in the first period at plus 158. And the Leafs, first period puck line, minus a half a goal at minus 108. I think Joseph Woll will get allow 1 in, and Soderblom will allow 2 in. Austin Matthews, definitely want to look at him for any props tonight for the Toronto Maple Leafs. You can take him 2+ points at minus 122. Doesn't have to be 2 goals there. It can be a goal and an assist, and I definitely think he will get it in this. Looking at the defense of Chicago, they are going to fall apart against the talent of Austin Matthews in this one. William Nylander. See, and look at those shots on goal prop. You can't even take them. Austin Matthews, you have to take 5+ shots on goal. That's coming in at minus 146. William Nylander, 4+ shots on goal is minus 156. So unless you're going to parlay that, don't love the juice that you're paying on that. Both of these teams, when they meet up, 7 of the last 8 meetings have gone over the total, and the last 5 in Toronto have gone over as well. If you're looking to bet those totals, you guys, so that should be a great game. But that is all 5 of our games on the board. I can't wait for these games to kick off. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me here on Sports Grid X and IG Live. We do this show every single day, so turn on those notifications so you see when we go live. Trying to go live every day during the week at 5:30 Eastern for picks, props, and predictions in all the games on the board. On the weekend, trying to get the show to kick off right before anything kicks off for the day, before hockey kicks off, before NFL kicks off, so you guys are fully prepared with all of your bets before the day starts. But you guys, have a good one. Keep smiling. Let's make some freaking money on the ice today. I will see you back here tomorrow at 3:30 my time, 5:30 Eastern. Have a good one, and thank you so much for joining us here on Sports Grid X, Twitter, and IG Live. I will be live on Game Time Decisions for my NFL bets at 6:20 Eastern time. Sorry, I keep converting in my head. 4:20 my time, 6:20 Eastern time, and then Sports Rage tonight at 10:25 Eastern. Bye, guys. Thanks, everyone.